Hello guys, Firework here, bringing you guys to some video. Um, so lately I've been playing on a survival server that me and a couple of my friends have been running, and today I'm just going to kind of show you around what we've done, even though it may not be much. But yeah, just going to kind of give a small tour of our little world that we have going for us. Um, do note this server is not open to everyone. It's kind of just like a little private thing for me, my friends, and then I don't know where else we're going to go with that, but kind of just like a closed group of people. But so don't ask me for the IP or anything. You're not going to get it. So we're going to start off with with our spawn. Um, our world, we started on one server a while back that a friend of mine ran, but then she had to take it down. So we managed to get the world and then import some of the stuff that we built there. And this spawn area was going to be our town center in that other world. So we kind of just put it into here and we're using it as our spawn area. So kind of the design that we used here was we wanted kind of an enclosed, safe area. So that's why there's fences on each of the sides where um, kind of just a town center in a sense, like be a bunch of paths coming into one with our fountain in the middle, which has a beacon that we have. We have it currently set to speed and regeneration, I believe. So that's kind of nice. And in all those corners right here, it supplies us with plenty of food. I don't know exactly how much food each of those quadrants give, but I know the potatoes give roughly after replant gives about 4 stacks of potatoes, which is plenty of food for those of us who play. Um, yeah, it was just kind of served to be kind of a just a central spawn sort of area. Once we got our server set up, we can set up these signs so we can control the world, but at a cost. So we can change the time of day for I think that's 5 levels, and these are 1 level. Change the weather. Um, in 1.8, your tools they get an exponential repair rate, so eventually they'll get too expensive to repair in survival, where and then your tool basically breaks. None of us like that mechanic, so we add this little sign here for 15 levels. It will you can repair your tool, so it's kind of nice. And then we just have a disposal, just kind of a trash can. I don't think any of us use it, and then we have no use for the sign, so they're kind of placeholders. Kind of the next area is I can show real quick is our rumble pit. It's kind of a really small PvP sort of area that we made. That is actually not a pit. That is actually glass. I will actually fall down there so you can see. Um, we kind of made it down here so we can settle quote unquote disputes between us. It's not much room for good PvP, but just kind of run-of-the-mill idea. It's kind of a It was a good idea. Nice little build. And we didn't really have anything else that we can put down here. We might convert this to something else once we get like a true sort of arena setup if we decide on making one of those. So let's head back up to the spawn because there's no way out to get out of there once you're down there. I think so. Yeah, I believe in 3 of the corners. On what? Before I even just know that, you can go to the upper floor. In each of the corners, there's a staircase. And that side's a little different. Just because that side used to be hanging off a little ledge in our old world. So we kind of designed it differently so you can have a balcony and you can look outside. So that's for that. There's a downstairs area of our spawn which has our nether portal. There's really not much in the nether. We'll go there in a bit, but kind of this is like our little housing for our kind of spawn portal, I guess is what you could say. Then we have some rails kind of going off to different areas. I don't think anyone uses them because everything's so close to each other. But there's going to be more stuff down there eventually, but as of now, we don't have any plans for it. If we head over here, um, we did, back on our old world, we did have a really good skeleton XP farm. And we were not going to switch worlds without transferring that over. So we transferred it over. It wasn't a mess up back there, so that's why it's all stained clay, and this is kind of it. We have activation, so we can turn on and off because it's so efficient that it can lag the server pretty badly if you leave it on. We got a handbook, which I can show. Kind of explains. I'm not going to really go through it very quickly, but kind of explains how to use everything that we have here. We have a simple AFK thing. Kind of messed up there. Uh, that's something that we shouldn't be doing. We got a kind of a little trash can here, and so we can just burn all the jobs that they give. We have a viewing room over here, um, which there's 4 skeleton spawners here. We also, the reason why they're kind of like that, we have a plugin in where if you silk touch on a spawner, you'll pick up the spawner, which we all kind of agreed to have. So we have 4 skeleton spawners that we found in here, and I can kind of show how it works, or just show it working. Turn on, and they just start spawning. We'll wait for one to spawn. But everything in the other room, that's all within spawn range, so even if you're just kind of dinking around doing stuff in there, skeletons will spawn just like that. Um, what's nice is it's so close to the surface that if you go, that's annoying. If you go to the surface, you can watch them climb up and fall down, which we will do real quick as we talk a little bit. This was one of the only things that we got done on the other world because we did like some massive move for some reason, and we transferred everything over that we did have done. We used to live on a mushroom island, and that was a really cool sort of how it looked, but that's kind of long forgotten. Rip in peace, New Haven. So they kind of just come here and you can punch them and get experience. Kind of it's your typical sort of XP farm, and then we have this to just kill them when you don't need it anymore. So it's nice. Okay, sounds annoying. So there's that. We're gonna go make it day. This was a small project I did. It's just a little pond for a natural sort of waterfall. Gotta add a little bit of aesthetical feel to everything. Where's sun? Sun. Did that work? Yeah, I used it. Okay. If we head over, we'll go this way. No, we'll go to that building out there. One of the other buildings we transferred over was a massive storage system, and we call it Walmart. Its main purpose is just to store all of our items and everything. We have our own separate sort of items that we do hold to ourselves, but typically most of our gear is in this building. We couldn't really find a good area on the mainland near the spawn to fit this building, so we decided, why not just make it a big oil rig sort of deal. So we kind of placed it above the water and made these massive pillars. The pillars and this is not legit. We did not make that. And all the transferring sort of deal that we did, we used creative and world edit to just get it quicker so we can get the world set up. But everything else is 100% survival. So it's kind of our not much. We don't need to go through all of the storage, but it's just everything that we store. Really not much else to say. It has also all of our, that's a lot of heads, all of our kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Utilities, I guess. Here it has tons of furnaces that we can use in crafting and anvils. We have a enchanting room or enchanting table in the corner over here. Excuse me. We have brewing stands and infinite water and cauldrons, and this is for our future and Ender Dragon fight, which I believe we're doing tonight. I might try recording that, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We're doing it at a LAN party, so. And then there's our Silk Touch pickaxe, which is pretty nice. All these heads, we have uh, a plugin. I'll just go through this way. It's quicker to get to the next building. All those heads, we have the player heads plugin, which you can have a drop rate for all the mobs to drop a head, and those are just all the ones that we've collected over time. I mean, it's just kind of nice to be able to. It's a kind of a more loot. This is our first big project on the server. It is their spawn capital building. Um, Roughly about 3 weeks I've gone into work with this, mainly off and on, but it's been a lot of work. I think just recently we finished, or there might be like one or two things that we still have to do. Uh, just had to add a little aesthetics outside, so don't mind that. Before, I guess I'll show this. This is the main hall. We have 6 of us main players, or like the original 6 sort of deal, kind of in their own little section. And then over here we have everyone else that we allow on the server. So there's really only 3 other people that have our server, but I mean that might expand over time. This room is our grand hall, or not grand hall, it's like our kind of meeting table where each of us have our own sort of, sorry about that, had to quickly run down from there. So as I was saying, this room has all our names, sure, all the original 6 and Kirby had. He was technically with us, but he like never plays, so. But we have all of our names, and we can use this room to like just talk about sort of deals and whatnot. Even though we can do that in like our Skype. Um, I mean, just having the idea that we get to around a table and discuss server needs is kind of it was fitting in a server capital building. So there's that. Here we have the Hall of Law, which here um, it's not completely finished. The room itself is pretty done. Got all the lighting proper. But we're going to have a written book here that will be our server's constitution. It will outline all kind of the sort of rules and lines that we all kind of agree on that people should follow. And we will have that right here. So that's that room. This room down here, our handy dandy notebook. Um, It's kind of just a message board in all sense. If like you're on and you need to tell people something, you can leave a message here. I mean, it's nice. As of now, we don't really need it because, well, we have a group chat in Skype that we use to talk to each other about deals on the server. But in case we do end up bringing people outside of our little group, we probably don't want to add them to our group chat. So they can come on and then they can use this to kind of tell us things in a sense. And then that's really all we were going to put in this room. Sorry, my phone is going off. My mistake. I will turn that down for you guys. There was really nothing else to put in this room, so I just kind of threw 2 chests in here. That might change in the future if any other ideas come up. Over here, we have our courtroom. We kind of just have a lot of seating for everyone. I've got the 2 tables for, I don't know the proper names, so I don't want to butcher them. Then we have our kind of, I don't know the proper names in a courtroom, so I don't want to butcher them. But here you can have those people where they ask some questions, and up here you have your court, your judge. You got another one over here. You got your jury over here. A lot of seating for that, and just kind of it looks nice. I would have to say it turned out better than I expected. Could use a little more work, maybe some chandeliers from the ceiling, but we'll probably do something like that in the future. We literally just finished this build, that's why there's a couple things that need a little bit of work. Up here on our second floor, we weren't planning on having a second floor, but due to how it looked in the front when we made the first floor, it didn't look very good. It looked like it was too short. So we went and took the time to raise it up as much as we needed to make it look better. It turned out to be this height, and we used that to make a second story. And we didn't have very many ideas of what to do on the second floor, so we went in a simple way and made 4 different meeting rooms that people can use. Each one of them have a different name and have chairs and seating. The name is based off the color of the floor, and I don't know, it's kind of filler, and I don't know, it looks nice. I would prefer to have this than not, so in the end it was good. And then here we also have just an overhang. It's kind of hard to see down, but I mean, it just serves its purpose, kind of to add a little more. So this room doesn't look like a box having that sort of out outer hang. Kind of gives more feel to it, I guess. I don't know, it just makes the room look better. Then up here, there's really nothing up here. This is just kind of roof access. Um, Not really much else can be said. There's really nothing up here. It's just so in case we needed to get to the rooftop, it's possible. And yeah, that's basically our Capitol building. And it turned out really nice. I like how, in the end, how it's kind of ended up. Um, I mean, it could use a little bit of work because around the sides it does look kind of boxy. But I mean, I don't know. It just looks nice, and I'm glad the project turned out how it ended up. Anyways, moving on. There's really no other kind of big sort of server structures, but I can kind of show a little bit. Over there, that's Connor Q1's house. He's been working on it for a while. I don't think it's done yet, so we're not going to go over just yet. But it's coming along. He doesn't play Minecraft very much. He's only played probably for 3 or so months. So, I mean, for basically a starter out in Minecraft, that's pretty good so far. I can show what this building is. This is just a quick access to a mine shaft, or just kind of a good mine that we found. Got a little bit of essentials here and storing, which some of it should be transferred to Walmart, but whatevs. Down here, I believe it's down here, we have a strip mine. Last time someone's used this was a long time ago, but in case we ever need to look for diamonds or something, we have it available. And there's no real true way out of here. Kind of just made a way, I guess. It works. Typically, if you're down there and you need to get out, you would just do slash spawn, but it's nice to know that there is a way out. We are going to climb right on back up and continue on. Alright. So over on the hill over here, this is another one of the people's houses. It's actually not a house, it's a castle. And we'll go take a quick look. I don't know how done it is, but this is Phantom Link's house or castle or whatever you want to call it. He's been working on this for quite some time, and it's been turning out really nicely. Yeah, we'll just do kind of a quick run through. That's kind of an inside joke over there. Kind of, yeah, he's been working on this, kind of giving that castle feel to it, and I'm impressed with how it's going so far. So that's that house. I too have a house that's over in the hills. I could show on my map right over here. We can probably go there real quick. There is no true way from spawn just yet to get here. I still have to finish this path right here. Leads to it. There's going to be a bridge and it goes that way. But this is my house, kind of a nice, cozy sort of house. I got a little, this was a natural water feature, and I kind of turned it going into another little pond thing. And I wanted to give kind of the ski lodge feel to this. So, I mean, it kind of worked out. I don't even know what kind of supplies I have here. I got a good amount. Ooh, I got these. Those are, I don't know how many of those we have at our storage. I was actually looking for those. I got the bed, and I do have an enchanting area way out here, just in case I want to do a little more enchanting. Typically, I'll just use Walmart. I need to do more work out here until this is fully usable. And I think that's... Oh, gosh darn. That works. I think that basically sums up everything we have done. There are a couple other sort of smaller things I can show on the map. We have a quarry sort of going on up to the north of our area. Kind of just started that. Not much work is going on there, but in case we need to just mine up stone and whatnot, that's up there. Then I believe over here we have an ocean monument that we found. I'm going to turn that into a guardian farm, but that's still in the process of being worked on. And yeah, that's basically everything that I wanted to show. That we are going to be doing the Ender Dragon fight soon. I might record that. And we're doing it at a LAN party if we do, and I'll probably not be doing much talking through video. It'll be more so through just you'll be able to hear everyone. So there'll be a little warning in there in case you need to like say, hey, this is not true commentary. It's just kind of background noise. Mute your sound if you don't want to hear it. And that's basically that. What I do plan, I don't plan on making many videos for this server because, well, videos take forever to make and you kind of got to plan them out and you got to edit them. It's just a lot of work. So what I'm thinking is possibly stream when I'm on here building stuff. Because streaming sort of survival worlds is a bit better than making straight up videos of it. Because that way you're kind of interacting more with people and they can like put feedback on builds at while you're building them, so it's kind of nice that way. So I might do that. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I don't know. I really just lost my train of thought. That happens a lot, by the way. But yeah, just let me know if you want me to stream this. I might do it anyways, regardless, but just kind of knowing that there are people out there that would kind of like it. I mean, that would help, I guess, a little bit. A little peace of mind, I guess. So yeah, that's basically all I want to say. Thank you guys for watching. This was Fireworks, and I'll see you next time.